little bit about what you've seen in the development of Olivia so far, where she is right now.
Right now we're just focusing on, Liv is like our protector in the wing, just making sure when she's in we get no layups, and that's pretty much her job when she goes in. So I think she's really just trying to, embrace that role and try to figure it out as best she can.
How much can she help you going forward, just for that little bit of defensive boost, that little bit of size?
A lot. She's really good at shot blocking. If she doesn't, it's usually a foul. But when she was in the game the other night, it really turned it around for us when she was in. So she can be a huge force. We just gotta. She just has to kind of change her mentality with it.
What do you hope to gain most from the team down the stretch here? Obviously, the big games are behind you, and now you're riding them out till March.
It's really trying to fix things and fine-tuning things. Obviously, there's stuff with our defense especially that we want to work on, so just making sure that those are perfect in these games coming up.
Coach has often said that you are kind of like a robot, that you don't have a pulse. Where does that come from, and have you always been that way on the court?
I don't know where it comes from. I just try to work as hard as I can every possession, and since I was little, my parents told me to work as hard as I can, and I guess it stuck with me.
Did your dad take you under his wing when you were young? Who really brought you along initially?
Both my parents were really supportive, but I remember when I was younger, I got mad or something during a game, and I remember my dad telling me that don't show that because it gives them satisfaction. You don't want them to know that they got under your skin. And that kind of stuck with me because that is what you're trying to do to the other team. You're trying to get them frazzled and frustrated, so I don't want them to ever know if that happens to me.
How old were you at that point?
I was in 4th grade.
But it really, that lesson stuck with you from that?
It did, because you notice that when you're playing against people, when you get them mad, it's like a feeling of satisfaction because you know that they're not thinking clearly and they're frustrated, and I don't want anyone to have that over me.
Do you try to get into players' heads now just by using your athleticism or something to go by them and make them think, oh, how did you do that?
Yeah, or just pushing a little bit on the block or something. Just anything to see if they're easily frustrated.
Do you feel like you can? Obviously everybody always talks about you being undersized. Do you feel like you have a good core strength and you're able to push people out of the way and they don't expect that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit stronger than I look because I'm kind of skinny, but just pushing them and really trying to get position before they get the ball is really important.
Whenever you're on the court, you don't react to anything ever. And then whenever you go to the bench, you're always very vocal and cheering on your teammates. You're very reactionary on the bench. How do you kind of flip that switch on and off?
Well, during the game, I am excited for the team just the same. It's just I'm really focused and I'm trying to, if we get a score, you have to get back on defense. We can't spend the whole time celebrating. But and I feel the same excitement, and I'm so proud of my team when I'm on the floor. It's just a little bit more locked into the game, I guess.
Is there hope for the defense? Obviously we saw you playing defense near the end of the practice, and Coach keeps on talking about we're going to have to outscore people because there's nobody on this team that's going to shut anybody down. Do you feel there is hope for the defense going forward and you can make an impact with it?
Yeah, I think you can always get better. We still have time. Not a lot of time, but it's really, Coach keeps telling us, mental. You have to decide that you want to shut this person down. Not let them get the ball, things like that. So I think there's always time to flip that switch.
What kind of challenge are you expecting from UCF? You guys took them out of their game plan the last time you played, and they're supposed to be the second best team in the conference.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a good game. I'm sure they're going to come out swinging, especially because of the last game, and they're really quick and aggressive, so we're going to have to come out with the same energy as we did last time.
Do you feel the time slipping away? Do you feel like, oh my God, I'm a senior and this is it? Or are you just so focused on the next game it isn't dawning on you?
I definitely feel it, but I'm excited. I've done my years here, and I'm excited to do this season, my last season with my teammates, and especially with Lou, because we've been through this whole journey together. But just really trying to make the most of it more than anything.
Do you feel different as a senior? Just a different calmness or different intensity?
Yeah, and I think that just comes with experience. There's nothing really that I haven't seen before, and just reminding myself of that kind of brings a calmness to me. So I would say yeah.
Speaking of you and Lou, it seems like you guys have really have like a connection out there. You know, a lot of nice plays have come off of passes to each other. Can you just talk a little bit about how you guys have been able to strengthen your relationship on the court?
That really just comes with we played with each other for 4 years now, so we know where we want the ball from each other, and we know how each other plays. So just a familiarity, I guess.
Have you? I know Coach always takes players aside. Have you taken him aside lately and said, you know, all this talk about not having a go-to player, Coach, I think I'm proving you wrong?
I have not done that.
Do you feel inside like you are showing him, though, that you are a go-to player?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I am. And like I said before, it's more important to me that my teammates think that, because they're the ones I'm on the floor with, they're who I'm playing with. So as long as they have that confidence and they know that I'm going to be that person for them, that's what's most important to me.
Is that important to do kind of, you know, down the stretch of the season to establish yourself as like that go-to player?
I mean, yeah, but I think it just also comes with your teammates have to know exactly what they're going to get from you, and I think at this point I've been consistent enough that my teammates know. So that's what's most important down the stretch, is knowing what you're going to get from everyone, so you can, you know, everyone can play their best game.
Do you feel confident that you can keep this 20 to 30 points up per game, that intensity up for the rest of the way? Is that who you are right now as a player?
I mean, I'm not going to promise 30-point games, but my intensity definitely won't go down. I'm going to try just as hard as I've been trying. You know, it's not about how many points I score, it's about the other things like tips and defense, getting better at that, rebounds, things like that, and offense will follow.
What growth have you seen from yourself and from the team as a whole this season?
Even though Coach says we still suck at defense, I think I have seen us grow in it. There's definitely things that we still need to get better at, but we're getting there slowly. But we just kind of need to speed the process up a little bit.
And on an individual level?
Just being more assertive, I think, than I was in the beginning of the season. I think I'm still as confident. I just, like I said, I have to know that when I'm put in certain situations, I'm going to score, and I feel confident in that.